ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Let's get it going, baby. We will be starting in just a few minutes. All right. Mic check. All right, here we go, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if I could direct your attention to the front of the room, please. We have an amazing celebration today. We have acquired 1,000 subscribers. Welcome, everybody. I am so pumped for today. You guys have no idea. No idea. Just one more minute. We're going to get this thing started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Having an issue with my chat here. Everything we will adapt and overcome regardless. It looks like it's time to start. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we have now acquired a new all-time high in the subscriber situation. We have reached 1,000 subscribers. What's going on, guys? It is awesome to be here today. I am so pumped for this today. You guys have no idea. We have been working our butts off for this, guys. I am just so pumped. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you so much for being here. I'm trying to get my chat up and running. I don't know what the hell's going on. So it looks like I might be a little behind in the chat. For some reason, something's going on with my chat, my Insta chat. But I still got you up here. B. Stewie says, congrats, Dave, on the 1,000 subs. Hello, what's up, B. Stewie? Devin Brown, congrats. Hey, thank you guys so much for being here. Dan Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive. Thank you so much. Hi, all, says Robert Tanash. Thank you so much, Bob. I appreciate you being here. Kevin Pablan, let's go, baby. It is awesome to see everybody here. I am just so pumped to have this meeting today with you guys right here, right now. The first thing I wanted to do was to set up a poll, but you know, we always have to adapt and overcome in all situations. And one of the issues I'm having today is the damn chat, where I cannot bring up a poll. I cannot do anything like that for some odd reason, but it's okay. We always adapt and overcome here. Guys, we have an absolutely amazing feat that we achieved today. That's 1,000 subscribers. Dan Bob Dan says, we sent you a gift in the Discord. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I am pumped. Let's see. Dan Bob, should I bring this up? Should I bring this up in front of everybody? Hang on. Let's see. Dave gift. Yes. Look at this. Hey, since YouTube won't send it to me, we have a beautiful 1,000 subscriber plaque right here in a PDF sent to you, from you guys to me. I appreciate it, but all the love goes right back to you. Dan Bob, you're the greatest moderator alive, dude. I love it. This is amazing. This is awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. It feels amazing. The next stop, is going to be that, you guessed it, 10,000 subscribers, baby. And we will be there sooner than we know it. And it's going to be an amazing time when we look back at this and I bring this out of the closet. We dust off the old 1,000 subscribers. We dust off that bronze and we look at the 10,000. and we put that plaque up on the wall. So thank you guys so much for this. It is going to be an amazing live stream tonight. So thank you guys so much for that. That is awesome, man. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. Talk to me how to print it. All right, for sure. We'll put it up behind me. So that way everybody knows. We've hit 1K, baby. Anyway, good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Where the hell is my head at? I better drink some more of this. Jeez, ow. Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm going to keep the hat on. The hat is going to contain the frodacious, bodacious hair that is nothing but luscious, lovely locks. Thank you so much. Moez? M-A-O-Z. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Honestly, just since we're on the subject of the 1,000 subscribers and everybody's congratulating me and all that stuff, honestly, I got to kick it all right back. I really, really do. I got to kick it all back. First and foremost, I have to say thank you to Dan Bob, Dan, the greatest moderator alive. Me and my right-hand man, Covey, have been talking about Dan Bob today, and we just realized what a valuable asset Dan Bob has been to this channel. Okay, he's done all of this on his own, out of the love of his own heart. He always kicks it right back to me. He goes, well, you guys are constantly giving me all this free knowledge. You're doing this, you're doing that. And we're just like, but Dan, you are giving so much to the community. He has done Facebook groups and X, and he's constantly promoting this channel, and he's doing so much behind the scenes. So thank you so much for that, Dan Bob, Dan. We do appreciate the greatest moderator alive. And of course, my right-hand man, you all love him. You all know him. It's Covey. Covey has done so much for this channel already. He does the background noise, man. When you guys think that there's nothing going on, he is hard at work on the Discord. He's hard at work on making very educational videos for everybody to learn from, and he really, really knows how to dial that in. He likes to really get himself in there and really, really create some really, really awesome content. And not to mention, these guys advise me constantly. These guys are constantly advising me on what's hot, what the greatest news is, what I need to do to make things better. And they're always working on things without me, too, where they bring it to my attention. One of the main things here, guys, is going to be a website soon. There's going to be an amazing website where all of our resources go into one spot. And I'm seriously just so pumped for that, too. So I just got to stop there and say thank you, Covey. Thank you, Dan Bob. I appreciate you guys. And then, of course, last but not least, all of you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for everything that you got going on. I mean, I would not be here, obviously. 1,000 subscribers. There's 1,000 of you out there, right? A lot of you are going to listen to this afterwards. Thank you. Thank you for everybody who listens to the chats, who or the live streams, who can't watch it right now with us live. Thank you guys for being there for me and paying attention to all that. So thank you guys so much. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Let's jump right into this, guys, because I feel like I have a lot that we need to go over in such a short amount of time, and we have been talking about this pullback. Anytime we get extended from the 10-day moving average, I always tell you, look, I'm still risk on because we're above a 10 and 21-day moving average, but we always need to keep in mind that we're getting extended from the 10-day moving average. And finally, we got that pullback. But what is the main thing? The main thing that I want to talk about. Can anybody guess? We talked about it since Sunday. I told you guys in the IWM, the Russell 2000, I am expecting, what did I say? I'm expecting for us to figure out a direction, because in the IWM, I drew this pattern out for you. You guys have seen this pattern. It is a breakout pattern, right? And I don't know, I don't have a crystal ball, whether it's going to go up above or down below, but when these have tightening contraction patterns, we know it's going to choose a direction. And I always say it pays to be positive, and sure enough, here we are today, only a few days from where I was talking about. And I said every day from there on after that we will find a direction, and then rip, tater, chip, watch out to the north side, because the IWM, the Russell 2000, the small and mid-cap stocks decided to take leaps and bounds to the north side, and here we are at resistance. And if you guys have not yet got to see that YouTube short, you'll know that we are at an area of daily resistance. So if I zoom out here, you guys will have a better understanding of what I mean by daily resistance. You can see that we have an area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we are at that area, that 7th area of resistance. Will we be able to break through? That would be a great question. If I could create a poll right now, I keep on refreshing this, hoping that it would let me create a poll. But YouTube's like, look, you made it to 1,000. We're going to throw a curveball. We know what you like to do. You're not doing it tonight. So that's that. That's A-okay, YouTube. I guess I can just ask you guys what you think. Kevin Puban, hola, 1K. Jolene, woohoo, 1,000. Jolene, thank you so much for being here. Stephanie Swan, congratulations. Y'all are a great team. Yes, we are a great team, and we absolutely feed off of all of that, guys. So thank you guys so much for everything, all the kind words, everything that you're saying in the chat. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, last time I'm going to try this, and we're going to see. Will it work? Nope. Nope. I'll just show you what they're showing me. They're showing me right here, look. They're showing me something went wrong. You don't get your chat today. You don't get it. It's A-okay. The IWM, though, that rip tater chip, I remember this morning when I was talking to the Discord. I said, I was working. I was up on a roof. I was helping my dad out do a little maintenance. And I asked him, I said, hey, do you mind if I take a quick second? Because I knew it was market open. He's like, oh, yeah, take your time. And then I look at my phone, and I see the S&P 500's pulling back pretty hard, pretty fast, right? And so I'm like, all right, what's going on, chat? What's going on with the small caps? How's the IWM? And somebody said it's gapping up. I think it was Muley. Muley said it's gapping up. And I was like, okay, that's exactly what I like to hear. And I looked, and then we gapped up all the way to here on volume. Oh my goodness gracious. Muley, just in time. I'm pretty sure you're the one who informed me this morning or this afternoon that, yeah, I keep on saying good morning. Hey, I'm rolling with it. I'm going to say it the rest of the show. I don't care. Good morning. Good morning. Maybe because I'm just waking up. But yeah, Muley, you said this morning we had a gap up. You were the one to inform me. And then sure enough, look at this, guys. It's beautiful. This is the breadth in the market I was telling you about. This right here. We called it out on Sunday. I don't have a crystal ball, but some might say if I did, it would look like a bull because it pays to be positive, ladies and gentlemen, and that's exactly what we did. We are making it pay to be positive. Now, I did stop out of my NVIDIA. We made a beautiful play on NVIDIA. We called that out last week or a week and a half ago. We held onto those shares until it broke the 10-day moving average, and then I exited out of that trade. There is only one last stock that I'm holding on to. Aside from that, we have a watch list that we are going to bring up to you and put it in your face, but of course, we need to go through the overall state of the market. So let's start with the S&P 500. The S&P 500 pulled back, but it's above a rising 10 and 21-day moving average, and they are both looking absolutely beautiful. We need to see these pullbacks because if we go straight up, we're going to come straight back down. We don't want to see euphoria. Okay, if you keep going straight up, up, and everybody and your mama is talking about how we need to buy shares in the S&P 500 or we need to get into the stock market, guess what? That is euphoria. We need to be careful of that. This is not euphoria. This is beautiful. We're riding the 10-day moving average. We had a nice pullback here, which was very sustainable, and it popped back up. It still showed fruitful, and we are still rise 21 10-day moving average. We're still in it to win it, baby. The QQQs, another beautiful pullback here, right back down to that 10-day moving average. Must I say more? If you've been with me long enough, you already know that is a good sign. The IWM, of course, as we speak, it is above all moving averages, and those moving averages are rising to the north sides. Now, the 50-day is still above the above the 21-day moving average, and I think this will start changing up within the next couple of days as long as the pullback holds and shows buying power. That's what we need to see here, people. We need to see when this IWM, because it is clearly into resistance, it's going to pull back a little bit. If it doesn't, it's going to show even more strength in the market. But I am expecting a pullback in the IWM, and that's when we're going to see a lot of things setting up. We like the small caps, we like the mid caps because those are what moves the fastest in the market, and that's what makes us the most money, okay? So keep that in mind. Next up, let's take a look at the VIX Volatility Index. Now, I expect the VIX Volatility Index to be a little higher because of the sell-off in the S&P 500, but it came out neutral by the end of the day. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin, it's holding up off this area. Let's look at the RSP. This is the equally weighted S&P 500. This is odd. Let me take a sip and let you soak this in. This is the equally weighted S&P 500. Wow, that's a beautiful thing. We're above all rising moving averages. We broke this trend. We are starting to see breath in the market. If we have a little flashback here, I would have said, hey, guys, I know the S&P 500 is pulling back, or I'm sorry, the S&P 500 is heading higher, and everybody's talking negative about the breath. Can you imagine what's going to happen if we get breath in the market? We are going to continue higher, and that's exactly what we have here, and I guarantee, I shouldn't guarantee, these aren't financial advice. This is just a big talking chin here who is trying to give you a little insight on technical analysis. We rip tater chip to the north side, and this is a bullish sign. I am a big bull right now, but you know I'm a bear with bull horns. If it starts to come down and we start to see something different, my mind can change tomorrow. Okay, but as of right now, things are looking absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Wake up and smell the coffee, Kevo Pablan says. Yes, sir, I definitely need to. This is more of a wake up and smell the cotton candy energy drink. Holy Diver, Holy Diver. Happy 1K, Dave. That's huge. Thank you so much, Holy Diver. I do appreciate you being here. Yes, Yes, baby. So the RSP is looking mighty fine. There's one last equally weighted that I want to take a little peeky gander at, and that's the QQEW, the QQ equally weighted. And you can see we're still above a rising 10-day moving average, coming back to retest that double top that we have seen right here at 124.50. Okay? So that's what I have for the overall market. Do we have any questions on the overall market, guys? If you have any questions, leave them in the chat. Of course, because my chat right here isn't working out so well, something went wrong, monkey with a hammer, it's going to take me just a few seconds to actually see it in the chat, but it's okay. We can always revert back to the mean, if you know what I mean, baby. Wow, I'm full of good ones today. Yeah, let's go. So next up, guys, let's do my trades. All right, there is one trade that I didn't want to bring up today, but I'm going to bring it up because you got to understand, and I need you to hold me accountable because I hold everyone else accountable. I made my first undisciplinary trade. Of course, it's not that bad. It's no big deal, but I still need to be very transparent. I've been transparent since the day I started on this channel, and I will continue to be transparent, and that is a trade that I really regret taking, and I did hold overnight. So I need to exit this thing out first thing in the morning. That's no big deal. Let's go over NVIDIA. Let's see exactly what happened with the video. We had a huge pullback here. Right here on the daily, you can see here is where we entered this trade. Here's the green line where we got into this trade. We exited half of our shares out at 125. We exited another quarter here out at 25. And this thing ripped up to the north side and then pulled all the way back and stopped me out because it closed below a 10-day moving average. That tells me that we made a nice profit on this. Let's see exactly how much we made. So that was 2.21, and that was over 2R. Over 2R on this trade. A little bit more than 2R because I oversized here, if I remember correctly, and exited half here, and then I took the other quarter here, held on to the rest until it broke the 10-day moving average. So we made a little bit of money on NVIDIA. Of course, we could always make more, but you're never going to catch the very top or the very bottom of those candlesticks. So we're happy. We're very happy with the fact that we caught the meat of the move. The meat of the move being from here to here. We caught the meat of the move. Now, if this thing had continuation and still kept on ripping to the north side, we would have still had a piece of that pie to let it grow. Okay, so NVIDIA, another great trade that we closed out of, but this is what is really surprising. And it's not so surprising now that we know that IWM, or the Russell 2000, decided to take off, because AMSC, if we look into the best charting platform alive, AMSC, which you guys, by the way, can check out in the description down below. Click my link tree. You will find in that link tree, you'll find this trading view. Thank you, Pablo Picasso, for correcting me on that earlier today. For some reason, I have an issue with saying trading view. I always want to say trader view, but it is trading view, the greatest charting platform that is out there. Trading view. If you guys want to get this, click on my link tree in the description and you will find my link to this. You can get $15 off if you decide to upgrade. If you don't want to upgrade, that's totally fine. It is a free charting software. Okay, guys, so AMSC, if we look at this, you can see that it is a smaller cap at 1 billion. I guess you could call this more of a mid cap, actually. So this AMSC is still moving higher. Why? Well, the small and mid cap IWM is still moving higher, so I am assuming this is following that, right? And look, it's still pushing higher. As the leader, NVDA, pulls back, you can see that it is still continuing higher. So with AMSC, and we look at, let's just take a look on TraderView, we're up $543 on AMSC by playing this trend break here. You guys can see the daily trend break. It held a 10 and 21 day moving average. It ripped to the north side. I measured the average daily range to the low of the day. It was within my rules, my program, the way I trade. I accepted the risk using low of day as my stop, and then it moved higher. Now I am following this 10-day moving average, and as the moving average heads up, the more money I make, okay? Now, it has continued higher. I've already exited a portion of my shares at 27.73 and 28.24, so I am still holding half of my shares into this. So if it wants to continue higher, I'm not going to argue with that price action. Let it keep on rip, tater chip into the north side. We can see this clearly loves to move up higher, and I'm going to let it as long as it does. Now, there's two trades that I took today, one being compatible with my rule set. Of course, I would have liked to see a little bit more volume when I took this, but everything worked out just fine as of right now. I only took 1/3 of my risk size. That is on INSG. I called it out in the chat where it came in a little bit better with that initial volume. And you can see here on the daily, it broke through the daily downtrend for me. And if we zoom in here, you can see on the 1 minute, it looks pretty choppy. But if you look right here, you can see this huge volume blurb, higher than all of that day and much higher than most of the week previous. So I seen that and I decided to take my risk on that, even though it's not a huge volume mover. So I took that here. You can see where I marked it out, which is pretty much the top of the day. And I took 200 shares, so I'm risking about 2/3 of my actual full risk size, full 1R, 2/3 of my full 1R, okay? So I take 200 shares, I use the low of the day, and I set it and forget it, guys. If this stops me out tomorrow, that's A-okay. You know, that's just fine with me. Dan posted the TradingView affiliate link. If you guys want to click that, you're more than welcome to download that, so that way you can have this beautiful trading platform in front of you, just like I do right now. And also, he posted the link tree where you can find every single thing that we are in. Guys, let me just take a quick sec to show you. Let me just bring this up really quick, guys. Give me 1 second. Since I don't have affiliate link. Here we go, guys, right here. Check it out. So do me a favor, make sure that you are live, so that way while you comment, we can see everything that you say right when you say it. Of course, smash that like button, and if you haven't already, right next to this beautiful 1K subscribers is the subscribe button. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, I don't know what the hell you are waiting for. This is an amazing community. We are growing fast. We are a vat of knowledge that we spew upon you as I regurgitate it. And I know it gets a little disgusting. And if you guys stick with me, I have the watch list coming up soon. FBI, open up! They hear me every damn time. All right, guys, so just do that, like, subscribe, and then if you click this link tree, of course, you can see there's the YouTube, the Discord, the TradingView, the Instagram, the TikTok, what the hell? Facebook and X. We are on every single platform because, well, we like to get the word out, baby. And one thing I do want to give a quick brag, if I can do, we actually hit on our TikTok, which I'm trying to make YouTube work for me. But on our TikTok, goodness gracious, great balls of fire, we have over 17.6 views on this, over 1,000 likes on this beautiful, beautiful thing. I mean, look at it. Blew up, guys. It blew up. We're making big moves, and things are working out absolutely awesome for me, for everybody that's a part of this team. And if you guys want to, you're more than welcome to subscribe to the TikTok. You're going to see the same content, but if you're if you like that TikTok, if you like all that stuff, just go ahead and subscribe to me on there, follow me on there, whatever. It's all the same content. But anyway, guys, let's, oh, Predator's here. What's going on, Predator? He goes, I'm going to exit the group, then come back so I can be the 1K. No, you can't do that now. You know why? Because we're up. We're higher than that, baby. We're up to like 1,004. So you can't even threaten me with that, Predator. You're not leaving. You ain't never leaving. You ain't never leaving. Oh, Jacob. Jacob, what's going on, Jacob? Hey, thanks for stopping in and saying hi, brother. Appreciate you being here for the 1K, baby. The big 1K. All right, so anyway, these were my trades, guys. There is one more that I'm in. Now this, I hate to talk about it. I do. I hate to talk about it, but I took a dumb trade right at the end of the day. And it's been a long time since I wasn't disciplined. But I need to post it here. I need to tell you now. I need to get it off my chest. I took ASNS. I did. Now, I can tell you my reasoning behind this. It's not a good reasoning, though. Okay? I'll tell you what was going on in my head, why I did it, and why I knew I was immediately stupid for doing it. All right, so here is ASNS, excuse me. You can see we have these three areas here, okay? And it's following a 21-day moving average. I did like the breakout in the pre-market yesterday, but I didn't get a piece of it. And of course, I even said in the Discord that night, we don't play the pre-market. Don't get excited. Watch it. Wait for the next day. See if it sets something up, if it wants to hold new higher lows. And it did not. Matter of fact, it sold right back off in the aftermarket, or in the pre-market. Okay, the aftermarket was the run-up, the pre-market was the sell-off, and then it sold off even more. When I seen it hold a wick off the bottom on the 5-minute, and then boom, right towards the end of the day, a big piece of volume coming here, I nabbed 2,000 shares of this. This is not part of my trading strategy because I would like to see a better setup than this. I would like to take this sometime before 9 and 11. I would like to see this getting really tight the day before, okay? Not selling off after a pre-market high. So this was an undisciplined trade. This was an emotional buy. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what will destroy your account if you do this over and over and over again. Now, I will not do this again, but I need to shed my skin right here, right now. It is a time for celebration, but we always need to learn from our losers because you are a loser unless you're learning. And I learned something tonight. It doesn't matter how disciplined I am, I can still in an instant completely screw myself by taking one bad trade. All we're looking for is one good trade at a time. And tonight, I found a moment of weakness and I took one bad trade. Now, is this going to ruin me? Absolutely not. Am I down $100? Yeah. Is $100 a lot? No. But $100 will continually add up if I do stupid shit like this. This is not what I'm here to do. I'm here to make millions. I'm not here to give away chump change to every stock that comes through and starts begging me for money. All right? So this was an undisciplined trade, and I'm here to tell you I'm a loser unless I'm learning. And I learned from that tonight, and I've shed my skin, and I feel a little better about it, to be quite honest. So next up, we are going to go over the economic calendar. We only have one thing to talk to you about the economic calendar. And what is that? Well, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. What's on Friday? The PPI index, the personal price index. Let me just read it verbatim so I don't have to try and bullshit my way through this. The producer's price index is the measure and change of goods sold by manufacturers. Now, a lot of people think CPI is the leading factor for inflation, but in fact, old Papa Powell has said himself that inflation he's based mainly on PPI. This is the number that he likes to look at. This is the main number that he wants to... Oh, dude, Devin, chill out, Devin. Bro, Devin, you need to calm down. Time out, Devin, Dan Bob. Put Devin Brown in timeout for saying that. Don't throw me into a panic, bro. Don't throw me into a panic. All right, anyway, guys, Devin, you're killing me, bro. I'm all flustered already just from you saying that. That would be a good one, though. I tell you that. But anyway, guys, if we see this PPI index continue to stay down like this, it's a very good indicator that inflation is continually coming down. Okay, let's look at the past year. You can see the past year we're seeing some fluctuation in this. We want to continually see neutral data that stays below this 0.2%. Okay, if we can do that, it's going to show that the producer's price, or the PPI, the change in price of goods, is slowly coming down. Now, he doesn't want to see it drastically come down. He wants to see data that starts to show that inflation is on the right path to 2%. He wants to see 2%. Okay, it doesn't mean it needs to be at 2%. It needs to show that we are on our way to that 2%. Well, mandating jobs, like keeping jobs, is a very, very important situation for Papa Powell. It's also very important that he keeps inflation down, or he's going to end up having a Paul Volcker situation where inflation is going to get rampant, and then he's going to have to raise interest rates extremely high in order to battle that before we have an even bigger issue. Okay, so that's the whole reason why I want to bring this up to you, because tomorrow at 8:30 a.m., you better watch out. You better not cry, because PPI is going to come to life. It's going to bring the market to life. You're going to see volatility in the market, I guarantee. Guarantee. I can say that. I can say that without being a financial advisor. I guarantee you will see volatility at 8:30 tomorrow morning, okay, Eastern time. Be there. We'll be in the Discord. You be there, okay? So that is the economic calendar. That's all we have left for Friday, okay? On Sunday, we'll go over what's going on next week. Now, how did this affect our interest rates? Well, the target probability rate for July, you can see, has now came up a little bit for a quarter of a rate cut. What does that mean? We are sitting at 5.5% interest rate right now, okay? I think technically it's like 5.3%, but regardless, it's between that 5.25 and 5.50. And what we want to see is when it's going to come down, because a lot of people think, and including myself, but of course it might be a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of situation, that 9 times out of 10, I shouldn't even give you that, most of the time when the Fed cuts rates, the market continues higher, okay? Right now, it looks like the market is really trying to price in these rate cuts, okay? We are very, very data-driven right now. So we can see the market is really following that data. And right now, the data that has came out has shown that we will be cutting rates a little sooner. Now, will we be cutting rates in July? Absolutely not. Not with this 91% chance showing that we are going to cut, or that we are going to stay at 5.5, okay? But in September, if we take a little peeky gander, as I told you multiple times, we have an 83% chance of coming down a quarter of a rate point, and we have a higher chance of coming down 2 basis points rather than staying at the same rate that we are now. And then if we switch all the way to December, you'll see a surprising little fact here, that not only will we be down a quarter, but it's showing here that we actually have a higher percentage chance in December to have 2 quarter of a basis rate cuts. And I've been telling you guys this for the past 3 months now, that I am personally thinking that we are going to see 2 rate cuts this year, okay? And this was before this data came out. I've been calling September for quite some time, And then I started calling about December because the data started coming in. It started looking very, very nice. It started showing, oh, Papa Powell, that we can cut rates sooner. And sure enough, we have an area where we are at by December, we're going to be down 2 rate cuts. Okay? That's what we're seeing right now for the CME Fed tool. Things are looking really, really bullish in my opinion. So, last but not least, we have what you all have been waiting for. Do you know what it is? The stock market watch list. Let's do this, bro. Bruh. All right, here we go, guys. This is the very first thing that I want to bring up, NNE, okay? I've talked about it. You've been in it. You've seen what it can do. Let me show you where we played this before. All the way back here, you can see this set up beautifully as Covey called this out and said, hey, I got a stock for you. I remember he called me the night before and he said, I got a stock for you. Take a look at this stock. And I was like, oh, wow. You know, this thing's a fast mover. This thing's really getting tight. It's sitting squatting on the 10-day moving average. And sure enough, we absolutely loved it. We took this trade. We made like 200% on this trade, guys. 200%. That's fractal. That is fractal. What do I mean by fractal? Okay, well, if you put in 1,000, you made 200%. That's $2,000. Okay, you put in $100, you made 200%. You're up $200. Okay, it's fractal. You name your price. If you put that amount into it, then that's the amount that you're going to make. Multiply it by 2. Okay? Bada bing, bada boom. It's that simple. NNE, rip, tater chip to the north side. I bought it at $7.50, sold it at $27.50, and we made a ton of stinking money. I also played it on the hourly trend break here. Made more money. Played it on this. Actually, I missed this trend break. Okay? Missed this trend break. Could have made some more money. Now, it has broken out here, and it stopped me out because this was a nice breakout. And now this setup is getting nice and tight. I remember we even talked about on the meeting, we were in here with Danny, and I was telling him how I think it would be best if we actually pulled back and got tight on the 10-day. But I didn't want to leave this opportunity out. So I only took 1/3 share size. We ended up exiting out of this because it closed below the low of the day, closed out, and that's a-okay, you know, but I wanted to take that chance. I was willing to take that risk, and now we have NNE, and this thing's getting really tight on the 10-day moving average. If you don't have this on your watch list already, you need to put this on your watch list. It moves 29%. The average daily range is 29%. So here, let me put it this way. Tomorrow, let's say it opens right here. It can move up to $33. From $26, it can move up to $33 tomorrow, and it can move down as low as $18.50. That's a huge range, guys. $18 to 26 and 26 to what did I say, 34? That's a huge range, guys. There's a lot of money to be made in this stock. There's a lot of money you can lose in this stock. So make sure if you haven't watched it already, you need to go watch the risk management section in the Trader School in the YouTube. Okay, very, very important, guys. Very, very important. So NNE, it's a make or break, rip your damn face off account. Stock here. Okay, so be very, very careful. Next up, we have Dan Bob's favorite app, Grindr. Oh yeah. Grinder, baby.
Brother,
GRND is the stock. We don't give a shit what it does. We don't care if it goes, if it's plastered all over Walmart. We don't care if it's a gutter stock, if it's setting up, if it's showing good structure, and it's a stock that is going to make us money. We don't care about it. Okay, this is Grindr. I don't care what your thoughts or feelings are behind Grindr. Nobody gives a shit. We only care if it's going to make us money, and Grindr looks like it's setting up a beautiful base here. It's also an ascending trend heading to the north side. Look at this. It looks beautiful. Now, if we can wait for it to ride, if you know what I mean, the 10-day moving average, and then break out of this base at this $12.50-ish area, then we might have a beautiful move to the north side if we have volume to back it up. So another one that is on my watch list. Make sure this is on yours. Let's just see what RGS is. This is what I love about this trader view, because all my data is right here on the right-hand side. We can see that the average volume is 1.64 million. The average volume traded today is only 71,000, so you can tell it's getting a little tighter. Also, you can see the financials on this, the annual, the quarterly. You can see where it's headed. Also, if we scroll down here, we can read what it is. Engages in the ownership, franchise, and operations of beauty salons. It operates through the company-owned salons and franchise salon segments. It also sells hair care and other beauty products. Its brand includes Supercuts, Smart Styles Hair Salon, Cost Cutters, First Choice Hair Cutters, Roosters, Open Salons, and Best Cuts. The company was founded by who cares? Do they make us money? Well, it's pushing up higher on volume. It's pulling back. It's riding a 10-day moving average, and we're seeing it start to get a little tighter under this trend line. If it wants to rip tater chip to the north side, you better believe that we want to be there if the volume comes in when it breaks through that. So if you don't already have RGS on your watch list, please do. And of course, if you want this beautiful trading platform called TradingView, thank you, Pablo Picasso, for explaining to me how to actually say this damn word. If you want this beautiful chart, please click on my description down below. Click that link tree and you'll find TradingView right there. You can download it for absolutely $0. And if you decide to upgrade, it helps the channel. It is an affiliate of mine and we like to make money too, you know. Next up is SMMT. Now, we've talked about SMMT as it tightened up here, but it never broke out, and anytime that it did, it wasn't on higher volume. So we never actually tried this stock. Now that it pulled back, we call this an undercut, because it undercut its basing formation and then it rallied back up. Now, it broke through here, but once again, I did not see any volume on this 5-minute time frame. You can see it's pretty just dry here, and it sat right up there at the top. So if we start to see volume in this tomorrow morning in SMMT, I am going to expect this thing to want to travel higher. These aren't buy or sell recommendations. It's a big talking chin on this damn show. And if you guys want, you're more than welcome to figure out your own trades. These are my trades. They're my thoughts. They're not yours, but put it on your watch list and you might, oh, I hope I'm not lagging, bro. I hope I'm not lagging, bro. Hopefully everything's looking better. We got 23 of you viewers in here right now. I hope to God I am not lagging, because I'm going to ask you one serious favor. One serious favor, folks. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Help us reach the next beautiful goal of 10,000 subscribers. I know it seems distant from the 1K that we're at, but I know that this works in an exponential values. The second we start creating a mass of people to help us follow, we are going to roll this over. How's the stream looking, Dan Bob? I hope it's looking good. I mean, it's good on my end, to be quite honest. I have the stream up in front of me here, so yeah, guys, SMMT looking absolutely fruitful in this situation. I would love to see this thing carry on higher, as its RS rating is 99. It's above its anchored VWAP here, so there's not much holding it back. Anybody that was in this in this stock, they are actually in the money right now. So this might be a good sign for tomorrow if we can get some volume. Okay, so the next one up here is going to be, let me take a peeky gander, MDIA. MDIA is showing very, very nice structure here as it pushes up higher. It pulls back. It rides the 21-day moving average. Now it's getting tight on the 10. If it can break 370 on volume, I'd like to see continuation. Now, those are my main stocks that I am watching. Those are my main stocks that I'm watching. Thank you, Jolene, for pointing that out. Those are my main stocks that I am watching. I wonder if you guys have anything else on your watch list or anything that you want me to take a look at. And while I wait, I'll take a little sip to figure out what you all got for me. Oh, that's good. I'm going to be up all night. All night because of that. Maybe get some water in my system too. Yeah, let me know. Let me know, guys. What are you watching? I would like to know. I got some nice ones on my watch list. My main one is NNE once again. you're going to see it on the watch list in the Discord. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord, I try to give a watch list every single day. Of course, I get a little busy sometimes, but I try to get a watch list so at least we have something to keep a nice eye on every morning. So if you want to be a part of that, it's absolutely free. Absolutely free, guys. Everything we offer is pretty much free. Pretty much. The smiles are going to cost you, though. So go ahead and join that Discord. It's absolutely free. We got quite a few members, actually, in this Discord. It's pretty crazy. We got, how many people we got in here now? We got a ton of people, man. It's crazy how many people we have got in this. I mean, I think we're up to like 150 people, and we've done this in like 2 months. We started this Discord like 2 or 3 months ago, and we're up to 150 people in here. We have awesome, awesome meetings. You guys can see right now, we have 20 of you in the live stream. We usually have 20 to 25 people in the Discord at any given time that's in these meetings, and we all share and swap ideas. We all bring up anything that we possibly can. So we got a few tickers in here. Yosef, is T an actual stock that you want me to look at? T? AT&T? Well, it only moves 1.5%. It's very, very slow mover. Now, it is in the communication sector, so we know that is a hot sector. And if you actually pull this off this area, I'll just do some analysis for you. But if you pull this, and you can see this daily downtrend does look like it's shifting. It does look like it's shifting. And now it's on a short-term uptrend above all of its moving averages, and it's showing like a short-term downtrend that if it breaks up higher is going to look fruitful. But do keep in mind, if you want to play this slower mover, you have earnings on the 24th. All right, so you get about 14 or 15 days before this wants to show earnings. And you guys know I don't play earnings. So do keep that in mind, that if you bring up a ticker, you want to show me some faster ones than this. This thing only moves 1.5%. Very, very slow stock. You're not going to make millions trading AT&T. But I will say this, it is a faster moving, or I'm sorry, it's a slower moving stock, but it is in a hot sector. But as Dan says, it's a lagger as well. This thing is beat down, okay? Now, let's say on the 27th, when they have earnings, if this thing gaps up, just gaps up, 20, 30%, that might be an episodic pivot, something where it's been beat down and it catches the Wall Street by surprise. Okay, that might be something to look at. But to trade it, no. It's going to take you a lot of money and a lot of time to make a little bit of money. A lot of money to make a little bit of money in a lot of time. I don't want to waste my capital on there. But, Yosef, I appreciate you calling that out. BZFD. So this is BuzzFeed. We've been watching this for a little while now. Dan Bob has brought this up a few times. And, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, though, with BuzzFeed, I know that at 361, there's a big area of bag holders. So if we look at this on the daily, I'll just give you a little insight on this. I learned this when I was trying to do bounce up gap shorts. It was the first structure that I learned. And if Holy Diver is with me, he will understand the bounce up gap short scenario. And you can see here is a big vat of volatility. You got 70,000 shares traded on this day. And in that 70,000 shares, if we take the anchored VWAP, which is at $3.63, but we'll call it $3.50 because we know that the psychological numbers can be very, very impressionable on the stock market. And what will happen here is that all of these people that are in this, at this area, are underwater. They want out of this stock, and a lot of these people just want to break even. They're just holding their breath. They're down thousands and thousands of dollars, and they don't want to take a loss because people's egos show them that they don't want to be wrong. They do not want to be wrong. So when it pops back up here and it gets up to that psychological 350 area, you better believe you're going to see selling off into this. So if this does break out and it does do it on volume, we can be here, but just keep in mind that we need to take out this area, and there has got to be a lot of volume behind this move in order to cancel this area out, okay? So I like BuzzFeed, I like the structure, but I don't like the overhead bag holders that are sitting up here ready to sell into you the second we get a push higher, okay? What else do we got? AGIO. Yeah, let's take a little peeky gander. I know that this was on my watch list, and I think, oh, yeah, so AGIO took off. The only issue with AGIO, it broke its 10 and 21-day moving average. It tried to hold this 30-day moving average. It does not have new higher lows before it broke out, but it did. It did end up taking off, and now it pulled back. So I don't know if you're in this or not, but it looks like it still has a move. It still might push higher, but I feel like if you were going to get into this trade, this would have been the best area for a breakout. So if we just look at this like this, let me go ahead and do this. If you would have showed me this stock right here, okay, and this is what it looked like riding the 21-day moving average, I would say yes. If it breaks out right here, right above this $44, that would be a great time to trade this beautiful, beautiful stock. But because the next candle went lower, and because the next candle went higher, and then the next candle went even lower, the next candle went higher, I wouldn't be looking at this because we don't see new lower highs. If this stock landed here, I would say here's a new low, here's a new lower high. Now it's getting tight, and I expect this thing to break out this way, okay? But we didn't see that. So now this would have been off my list, okay? So if you have a different way of playing this, maybe a base breakout, but I still want to see new lower highs, and I'm not seeing this on this stock. So if you're in it, hey, congratulations, but this is not part of my strategy, and I don't see it as... I don't see that as a huge momentum mover, okay? The average daily range is 4%, and compared to some of these other small and mid-cap stocks, I think you can find a better stock, B. Stewie. Next up, we got Predator talking RZLT. This better be a good one. RZLT, only kidding, brother. RZLT is looking good at the first initial structure. Average daily range at 6.7%. Let's look up RZLT, the Razzle Dazzle Resolute. Is a RS rating of 99. That's looking good. So far on the structure, on the RS rating, and the average daily range, it meets all of our criteria. And this is looking pretty cool. I like this structure. So you get this big move up, and it's accompanied by volume here, okay? Big move up here. It pulls back, it gaps down, and then it starts to hold. It starts to hold, and now it's following this 21-day moving average right here. Now, I don't like the gap down. I'll be honest, I don't like the gap down. But because it held a new lower high, it's kind of hard not to be ignored. Or it's kind of hard to ignore this stock. Now it's getting really, really tight, okay? So with an average daily range of 6.7%, let's see what it's getting tight at. It's almost moving its average daily range, though. It's almost moving its average daily range here. So even though this looks really tight, it's really not as tight as it's looking, okay? Why do I say that? Because its average daily range is 6.74%. For this thing to look tight, it would have to look just like a skinny, narrow bar, okay? Now, I'm not going to deny the fact that if this thing starts to break out above here and I see mucho grande el volume, then this would be a great base and trend breakout. So we can draw this trend on here like so, and we could say, okay, well, it's through its trend. Now, what about this base? If it gets through this base on mucho grandio volumiento, because I speak Spanish, and it takes off higher to the north side, then, let's do this. I'll be there. I'll join the party with you, Predator. Let's go. B. Stewie says, thanks for the lesson. Not in it, was just looking at it. Oh, you're not in it? Okay. That was AGIO B. Stewie's talking about, we looked at earlier. Yeah, no problem, brother. There's always something to look at in the market. There's always something to talk about in the market. There's always something to do in the market. That's why it's so damn hard to stay disciplined. So, yeah. Let's see what else we got going on here. All right. Do we have any other stocks? Any other stocks you want to take a look at? I have about 8 more minutes here, guys. 8 more minutes. And if you got something, let me know. If not, I'm going to run through some stocks until I see. Now, there was stocks that were brought up in our Discord that I want to go over with you, okay? Mucho Valiente. QURE was brought up, and I said, hey, yeah, it's pushing up higher. Don't get excited. Let's wait for the pullback and wait for it to follow a 10 or 21-day moving average. INSG, we actually went over that, but I'll be happy to go over it for you, Jolene, for you and you only. So I believe the move happened today already. I actually called this out in the Discord. I feel like the breakout happened this morning. It happened right here. Then it pulled back, but there was no volume. Then it happened again, and it happened on Mucho Grande El Valimento right here at 12:55, or actually at 1 o'clock. Okay, now I'm going to be very honest. That's not like the biggest El Mucho Grande Valimento, but I do like the push higher, and I did accept the risk, and I'm holding on to it. Now I only took, I'm pretty sure it's only 1/3 of my my risk multiple. It's only 1/3 of that risk. But we are in it. We are in it, and we're going to see where it goes. I'm risking the low of the day. As you can see, my stop loss, my hard stop, is set at that 200 shares stop loss, okay? Just for you, Jolene, because you know we love you here. Let's see what else we got. So QURE, we were talking about this just a minute ago, and I'm looking for a pullback and for it to ride a 10 and 21-day moving average. Generally, this would not be on my watch list at all, but because it was called in the Discord, I just wanted to go over it, because if any of you are watching who brought this up, then you need to follow through with it. Don't just call it out in the Discord, because I'm not going to leave you alone. You need to make sure that we're following up on these things, because I said, hey, this QURE is just going straight up. You can watch it. It might set up down the road, but this isn't something you want to take right now, because it's just going to come back. It's going to pull back. If it keeps going higher, then what do you risk? You know, what do you risk buying these extended from the 10-day moving average stocks? You have a lot to lose when you're buying these. So I just wanted to follow up with that. Also, guys, since I haven't brought this up, I'm going to put this on my nose, damn. Let's go ahead and hit that like or subscribe. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, guys. This is the greatest damn YouTube channel out there. I don't know anybody out there that's doing it this damn good. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a big reason why I wanted to start this, is simply because nobody's doing it like this. I heard, I watched quite a few people out there trying to do live trades, and they're boring, and it's just bland, and they're not teaching. They're just taking a subscription or trying to get you to buy something. That's not what we do here, okay? We do everything for absolutely $0. We try to give you insight. We dedicate ourselves to you, the viewer, and then, of course, we ask of one thing, that like button. Smash that like button, baby. And then hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's right next to this David Worrell, and underneath that, there's this little thing right here. It says something like 1K subscribers. Oh, hell yeah. So let's go ahead and hit that like and subscribe for me, guys. I would greatly appreciate it, and we will carry on. Next up is SOUN, and then we're going to look up B. Stewie's DELL. Dell. Yeah, baby. We'll look up that in just a second. So SOUN, we were talking about how this thing was gapping up, and I said on this day we want to see a much higher gap before it pulls back and then rides a 10 or 21-day moving average, and sure enough, it gapped up higher. Now we're just waiting on the moving averages. So let's see if this thing can set up, but this is still no trade for this guy, because simply put, NASCAR, do we trade small caps? You're darn tootin', brother. We're looking at one right now. Soundhound, SOUN. You better believe we trade small caps, because we want to be in the faster moving stocks, the liquid stocks. But they have to set up in a very key area. We play trended-based breakouts. And since you're new, NASCAR, I'll direct you to the link tree. Dan Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive, has posted that right above your comment. If you click on that link tree, you'll find our YouTube channel in there. Go ahead and watch the trading school. Go through the trading school. Watch the base and the trend breakout videos. You'll find it exactly how we trade, okay? And we will play anything that moves, as long as it sets up a trend or a base breakout following our very, very keen rules, okay? If you don't follow rules, you're a gambler, and we don't do gambling here. So watch those after this beautiful live stream. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, NASCAR, so you can see more. Wow, I sound like an awesome salesman today. I'm going to drink more Monster. Bang, baby. CVNA. CVNA looks like it's setting up here at the top, but I think it needs a lot more time here, guys. A lot more time. It needs to trade sideways. It needs to get tighter. It needs to ride up. But as Danny liked to point out, this is on its 4th or 5th leg here. So how much higher can this thing go? I don't know. USM is one of those. It's still getting tight. I need to bring this closer to my keep an eye on watch list. It's getting tighter on that 10-day moving average. It's only moving 3.8% now. It's lowered down in its average daily range. So I am starting to not care as much for USM. I rather see something that moves higher. faster, stronger, better. It reminds me of a song. You guys might be able to remember it. But USM, if it does break up here, I might dedicate some cash to it. Next up, I wanted to go over Kava. Look at this, guys. This is why we use stop losses. I called this breakout right here. We exited half of our trades at 98, and then we brought our stop loss up to break even, and sure enough, somehow, some way, we made money before it fell. And this is a great example of why you use stop losses. All right? That is exactly why we use stop losses. LTBR, this thing pulled right back. It's riding its 10-day moving average, not watching it anymore. Now Dell, DELL, this is what B. Stewie wanted us to take a little peeky gander at, please, and that is exactly what we'll do. If this thing can continue to ride the 50-day moving average but get up above this, I think it needs to make a move. It really needs to figure out whether or not this is going to pick a direction. Is it going to go higher and have momentum and continue to the north side, or is this thing going to start breaking down and head on lower? That's the real question there, ladies and gentlemen, because Dell might be in it to win it, but it might skirt, hit the brakes and swerve into the ditch. A Michigan ditch, that is. Low, low, low. WGS is also on my watch list. The only reason why I have this on my watch list is because this was on our daily watch list, and you can see here's that beautiful daily downtrend. Why are we not in this trade? Two reasons. One, no new lower highs, and also when it broke out, it wasn't on enough significant volume for me to want to take this, so I didn't end up taking it. Now, you could argue and say, well, there was a base breakout, Dave. Why didn't you take that? Because there was no volume. That's why. Simply put, WGS is continuing higher without me. PLTR, now I said I wanted a pullback, and I got that today. Now, I'm not asking for a pullback because I know some of you are watching that stock. Some of you are in that stock. And if you're in it, I want to see you green, baby. I want to see that rip tater chip and make you lots of money. But I want to be in it too. So let's get a pullback. Well, you still hold on to it because it did not break the 10-day moving average. Let's see a cup with handle, trade sideways, and then break higher. If that can happen, then I might be able to get into it well. And we have plenty of other stocks that we could go through, but we are closing in on the time. NASCAR, I'm going to go through these really quick, but I want you to be very, very sure of yourself, or not very, very sure of yourself. Let me rephrase that. Let me take a sip. I'm going to run through these stocks, but you got to understand, NASCAR, I have a very specific way of trading. So if I shit on your stock, it's nothing against you. I have a very specific way of trading, and if you haven't watched the base and trend breakouts yet and know exactly what our criteria is, then I might not like your stocks, okay? But if you adhere to our criteria, eventually you'll understand what we're looking for, and you'll understand why we're looking for it. So let's see. LCFY. Right? LCFY. So LCFY on my daily time frame has a huge rip to the north side. That's great. That's exactly what we want to see, especially because the IWM is rip tater chip, and we want to know why it's ripping so high. I do have a gap up scanner here, and I imagine it's probably on my gap up scanner. I don't see it. So there's other things that have gapped up much higher than this, but it's A-okay. This gapped up. It also gave back half of its daily earnings, but we need so much more time on this because we are still below all the moving averages, and all the moving averages are below the 200-day moving average. So if I want to be in a momentum stock that's going to continue higher, I want to see this pull back, let a 10 and 21-day moving average catch up to it so we can ride on higher. So CYN, let's take a little peeky gander. Below a 200-day moving average, I won't even look at this thing. Also, it just did a stock split, so garbage stock. NEXI. NEXI looks like it did a nice little rip here. You can see it is a pump and dump stock. This thing is a shitter stock. A huge bout of volume just popped in here. This thing might be, it might show fruition, but I want to see this gap up even higher, get above the 200-day moving average, wait for the 10 and 21-day moving averages to catch up, show a trend or a base before it rips higher. So this has a lot of proving to do. Next up, BSFC. BSFC below a declining 200-day moving average. And if you look on the daily, this is just a complete shitter stock. This hurts my eyes to even look at. And what else do we got here? FORD. Let's see here. Yeah, same thing. I'm not even going to say it. Shitter stock, okay? We can look at, small and mid-cap stocks like, I'm just going to grab one. SMCI. Look at this. This thing is up above all of its moving averages, pulls back, creates new lower highs, and then breaks a trend line and is trying to continue to the north side. Now, that's bigger now than what it was, but it used to be down here. And look at this, above a 200-day moving average. And then look at this beautiful stock. It actually showed it's also in a hot sector, but it showed this huge base. And when it got above that base, came back and retested, it took off like a NASCAR, if you will. So that's just, let me finish reading. All sub 1.5 shares, outstanding stocks that had intraday doubles, feels like peak euphoria for the micro float play. Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. I don't think it's peak euphoria. I think it's just getting started, to be honest with you. To be very honest with you, I think it's just getting started. Now, I could be wrong. I don't have a crystal ball, except for I do have a crystal ball right there. It's a beautiful thing. But, hey, what do I know? What do I know, man? You might be right. You absolutely could be right. But I think things are just getting started in the micro caps. Now, we'll see as some of those come into fruition. But, I think our biggest NNE is our biggest small cap stock that we're looking at. Let's see how small it is. So NNE is, let's see, market cap 749 million. That is a very, very nice micro cap that you can take a little peeky gander at. You can see this daily downtrend is looking very, very tasty, if you will. It's above all of its moving averages. It pushed up on super high volume as it pulled back, created this beautiful trend, and now we're waiting for that base breakout on volume. That's going to be my top watch tomorrow. And if you look back here, NASCAR, you can see this is the exact same trend. It was below all of its moving averages. It rip, tater chip to the north side, pulled back, rode the 10-day moving average, got really tight, and then we played this right here at 750 and then got out at 2750. So we are with you, NASCAR. We are with you. We love you, but we have a very strict criteria that we take because we love to make money. Next up, Michael Anthony says, which stocks are bullish? Which 19 insiders bought at $8.09 to $9.61? Which profit lasted quarter 79 cents? Right this year, outlook with book value of 2067. Dell should fall to 132 or low. I don't know why I'm reading all this, to be honest with you, Michael Anthony. Kevo says QS. Yeah, that was called out this morning as a episodic pivot. And I think when we seen it, it gapped up over all of its moving averages. It actually held some of that, but it just gave back quite a bit, and then it came back up. So I still think this needs some time now, but this could have been played as an episodic pivot. Maybe tomorrow, if we keep a close eye on it, we might be able to take this, because what was the news on this? I don't remember exactly. Oh, the Volkswagen partnership. So that is a big, big piece of news right there. So that's why we're going to consider this an episodic pivot. And if you guys know what episodic pivots are, please watch the video. It's up this morning when it opened up over 31%. Anything over 10 to 12% is an episodic pivot. Not anything. It needs a good catalyst too to back that up. And it's also a smaller cap stock as well. Let's take a look at QS, and we will see here that the average volume is only 7.59. Its market cap's actually $3.5 billion, so it's a little bit bigger than I actually anticipated. But Quantum State is something that we might want to keep on our watch list down here. Simply put, this thing has some room to grow if it finds some continuation. So we could put this on the hourly, and we could play an hourly trend break, because if you look on the hourly, look how nice and tight this is getting as a trend right here, guys. Look at this. See that? That's looking nice. So I'll keep QS down there with NNE. We'll take a little peeky gander at that very, very soon. Which stocks is, what's Michael Anthony asked, which stocks I'm looking at? Well, my main stocks are QS, NNE, USM, GRND, INSG, and RGS, SMMT, and MDIA. If you're just joining us, Michael, you can go back, rewind that, and you'll see when I started the stock watch list earlier. You're about 15 or 20 minutes behind. Let's see. Dan Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive, says, thank you for joining us on this special night. Yes, thank you, everybody. If you are with us tonight, I know that there is still about 16 with us. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. It is our special night as we hit 1,000 subscribers. It's a beautiful night. And yeah, we're running out of time, guys. So let me read these last few comments. And we'll see. Let's see. One thing I've done is track every major intraday gainer in the market since 2020. Very good. It takes about 15 minutes a day and document it, but it gives me an incredible insight into small cap trades. You know, I did the exact same thing when I first started. I actually have plenty of data. I could bring up quite a bit of it right now, actually, for you. This was a lot of, in 2021, I started doing a lot of data tracking. You know, you can see right here's the float. I played small floats, and I tracked a ton of it. And then this is just one sheet. I actually just keep this one up because I have my risk management calculator here. Yeah, it does give you a lot of insight. What I found for me is that I like the small and mid cap stocks the most, or anything that trades a faster mover, okay? Anything that's a faster mover. So it's not so much that it's a small or a mid or a large or a mega. I want something that moves fast. So that's why we look at the average daily range. That's why we look at the RS, because we want to be in relatively strong stocks. Because if it's strong compared to the market and the market pulls back, it has a better chance of holding up against that wrath of the pullback. And I know small and micro, they're their own beast. They're going to do whatever the hell they want to anyway. But I like having a little bit more insight, being in companies that I know, using the Can Slim method in the How to Make Money in Stocks by William O'Neill. So a lot of the people that we study are William O'Neill, Chris Quilamagi, Dan Sanger, Oliver Kell, basically anybody that Richard Moglen interviews. All of those, Mark Minervini, all of those guys that really have made millions of dollars, that's who we follow here and we stay true to. So if you could get behind that and you want to learn something new, you're more than welcome to hang out with us. We have a Discord and all that good stuff. But anyway, let's see. We're going to take off, guys. We're going to call it a night. I hope you guys had an awesome night. I hope I kept it live and entertaining. I think that monster has got me zing-zing-a-ling. But yeah, I'll be here tomorrow morning, guys. I got a doctor's appointment around 11 or 12, I can't remember. So I'll just be here for the market open, which that's all I really need to be in. And yeah, let's make some money tomorrow. We'll see if the market gives us the right conditions to make money. You typed in GN for good night, and I thought it was a ticker. You know, I remember when I first started, everybody would say good morning by saying GM, and I would always look up the stock, and I'd be like, why are people trading GM? It's not even that good of a stock. But yeah, guys, congratulations to all of you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm telling you, anybody that has made it in here by tonight, I'm going to consider you my day one. If you guys have been here since day one, if anything changes, I will always remember that you guys were my day ones. If we ever get too big, I'll always make sure that you guys get the adequate amount of attention that you all deserve, okay? So say we jump to 10,000 people in the Discord, or even 1,000 people in the Discord, and you know, Jimmy Bright says, hey man, I got a question for you. You know, I'm just going to step aside from all the noise. You guys are my day ones. I'll never forget you. Thank you guys so much for being here with me on this tremendous feat tonight of 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, I don't know. We've been really working our ass off to get here. So thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you have an awesome night. And B. Stewie says good morning, all. And good morning, everybody. Peace. All right. That was a good show. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Jimmy Bright, for being here. Thank you, Kevo Paban. Always good to have you. Dan Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive. Thank you so much. Predator, thank you so much, brother. It's good to see you, brother. Jolene. Thank you so much for being here. B. Stewie, hope you have a good night, brother. NASCAR, if you're still with us, hope you have a good night, brother. Take care, guys. Michael, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you guys, man. You guys are awesome. Yosef, take care, brother. Have a good night, guys. Holy Diva, have a good night. Awesome Art, Muley, see you, girly. Take care. Good to see you. Stephanie Swan, thank you so much for joining tonight. Ken Sabrera, Moaz, thank you. You guys have an awesome night, man. And if I missed anybody else, thank you guys so much. Oh, Bob Tanish. Thank you so much, brother. Hope you guys have an amazing night. Thank you for making it special. Lee, take care. Good night, man. You guys are awesome.